The Hardys opened October in 2 tag title matches against Too Cool and Lowdown, doing 5 and 5.4 ratings in the first 2 weeks of the month, following it up in the Raw main event on October 16th, teaming with Rock against Angle legend Christian to a 5.1, while closing the month in another 6-man tag match with the Hardys and Lita facing Right to Censor in a match gaining over 700,000 viewers to a 4.7. Edge and Christian, while all over the shows in several angles trying to get back the tag titles in disguise, worked 3 matches during the 5-week month, with the first one coming against Steve Blackman in a 3-way for the Hardcore title, doing a 6 rating, followed by them headlining Raw teaming with Angle against Rock and the Hardys to a 5.1. with the third one on October 23 seeing their biggest number of the month, with them facing the Conquistadors in a swerve of them being the Hardys in a match jumping over 700,000 viewers to a 6.1. Chris Benoit closed out his title chase program on October 2, demanding a title shot at Rock while working a tag match with Kane against Rock and Rikishi an hour later, doing a 6 rating, starting the build to a pay-per-view singles match against Triple H at No Mercy a week later in another tag match teaming with X-Pac against Hunter and Jericho to a first-hour high 5.2 rating, while doing another 5.2 against another DX member and Road Dogg on October 23 in a match picking up over 400,000 viewers. Kane worked 2 big tag matches in the first 2 weeks of the month combined, jumping over 1.9 million viewers. First teaming with Benoit against Rock and Rikishi to a 6 rating on October 2, followed by him facing them again, this time with Angle as partner, to a 5.8 in Raw's final quarter, while working another high-profile match against Triple H during Raw's first hour on October 16, doing a 4.7. After guaranteeing the car driver reveal in 24 hours a day earlier on Heat, Foley opened Raw on October 9 to bring out the returning Shawn Michaels for questioning in a segment, doing a 5 rating, while coming back 2 hours later past 11 p.m. to reveal Rikishi as the driver in the Overrun, jumping to a peak 6.4. with Foley's other 2 big promo segments seeing him in confrontations with Austin and Angle on October 2 and 23 combined gaining over 3 million viewers to a 6 and 6.1 ratings. After mostly being involved in the 2 top programs on WWF television for the past year, Triple H in a tweener role worked third from the top with Rock and Austin in programs with Angle and Rikishi, starting October, setting up his next pay-per-view opponent with Benoit costing him a #1 contender match against Angle, gaining over 600,000 viewers to a peak 6.1 rating in the Overrun, followed by him working 2 matches during Raw's first hour in the next 2 weeks, first with a tag match with Jericho against Benoit and X-Pac doing a 5.2, followed by a singles match with Kane doing a 4.7, with Hunter back in the main event on October 23 with a three-way title match against Angle and Rock doing a month-high 6.6 rating, and a match with Angle the following week doing a 5.5, which saw him laying out Angle legend Christian. October 9, 2000 saw one of the most memorable segments in Rikishi's career, with him revealing himself as the car driver to turn heel and set up a series of big pay-per-view matches as one of the top heels in the company, with the reveal segment drawing the highest rating of the TNN era to date with a 6.4 overrun, with Rikishi after teaming with Rock in 2 tag matches doing quarter-high 6 and 5.8 ratings. Setting up his match with Austin, calling him out from the parking lot in a segment doing a peak 5.3, with Rikishi opening Raw a day after the pay-per-view in a confrontation with Rock doing a 4.8 before closing October in one of his highest profile TV matches to date with the feud blow-off cage match against Austin doing another peak 5.6 rating. After making his official return a week earlier in the Raw TNN debut, Steve Austin opened his first full-time month back in almost a year on October 2, arriving to the building to open Raw's second hour in a confrontation with Mick Foley and the returning Billy Gunn, jumping over 1.5 million viewers to a 6 rating, with Austin after the reveal of Rikishi as the driver a week earlier cutting the final selling promo for his pay-per-view return match to lead to an angle with Rikishi in the parking lot, coming from the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit in perfect timing in the same location of the Survivor Series 99 skit, with this segment jumping over 800,000 viewers to the show-high 5.3 rating, setting up the Austin vs. Rikishi rematch on October 30 in Austin's first TV match back in almost a year and the first match on Raw since November 1, 1999. With the match opening Raw's second hour jumping over 1.2 million viewers to the peak of the night 5.6 rating. Rock opened Raw on October 2 in an over 25-minute segment jumping over 1.3 million viewers throughout to a 5.3 rating, with him between October 2 to 9 working 2 tag matches with Rikishi, both drawing the highest rated quarter of the night, first opening Raw's second hour against Kane and Benoit to spike over 1.7 million viewers to a 6 rating, followed by the second tag against Angle and Kane in Raw's final quarter, crossing into the overrun segment, which saw the reveal of Rikishi as the car driver in a matching segment jumping over a million viewers to a peak 6.4 rating, with Rock headlining the final Raw to No Mercy, teaming with the Hardys against Angle legend Christian to a 5.1. Opening Raw for the pay-per-view follow-up segment and a confrontation with Rikishi to set up his title rematch in a 3-way main event on the night against Angle and Hunter. jumping over a million viewers to the highest rated segment of the month 6.6 rating, which was also the highest peak recorded on TNN to date, with Rock closing October headlining a loaded draw card against Chris Jericho in a quarter, which also featured a memorable interview segment doing a 5.3 rating. After a rapid rise to a main event spot, with him improving in every aspect on a monthly basis since his debut in November '99, Kurt Angle, less than a year into his TV career, finished October as the WWF champion while having the highest rating average in the business throughout the month, starting it in a main event #1 contender match against Triple H, doing a peak 6.1 rating to set up his first pay-per-view singles main event against Rock, with Angle facing Rock in 2 tag matches for the next 2 weeks in the build-up, first with him teaming with Kane against Rock and Rikishi to a 5.8 rating, followed by a 6-man with Edge and Christian doing a 5.1, with Angle a day after winning the title from Rock for the first time, having one of the biggest shows of his career to date on October 23rd, being involved in the 2 highest rated segments of the night combined, jumping over 2.3 million viewers. First with his title win celebration doing a quarter-high 6.1 rating, and an hour later his first title defense picked up big to a TNN record 6.6 rating in the overrun, closing the month in an impromptu match against Triple H during Raw's second hour, gaining over 700,000 viewers to a 5.5.